Spy tactic number 19. Offer to help them or work for them. One of the most overlooked ways to understand how a competitor operates is by stepping closer to their world, not as a critic, but as a helper. You would be surprised how much insight you can gain simply by offering assistance, whether formally or informally. Helping opens doors that observation alone never will. This does not require deception or manipulation. It is about showing up early, staying late, and being genuinely useful. When you help someone set up an event, break it down, manage logistics, or assist behind the scenes, you gain access to how things really work, not just how they are marketed. Why offering help works. Lowered guard. When you are helping, people stop performing. You begin to see natural behavior, real workflows, and honest decision-making. Trust building. Offering help builds rapport quickly. Trust leads to openness, conversation, and long-term relationships. Behind-the-scenes access. You gain exposure to operations, systems, and processes rarely discussed publicly. This includes team dynamics, tools, and pressure points. Unfiltered information. Casual conversations during setup or teardown often reveal more than formal meetings. People speak freely when they are busy and relaxed. Reciprocity effect. When you help without asking for anything in return, people naturally want to give back. That goodwill often results in introductions, insider insights, or opportunities that would never surface through formal channels. Ways to offer help without being obvious. Event assistance. Arrive early to help set up or stay late to help pack up. Simple tasks often lead to meaningful conversations. Volunteer roles. Some events welcome volunteers, and volunteering can place you inside the operation without raising any eyebrows. I once volunteered at a 4-day conference in Orlando, Florida, on a topic I was genuinely interested in. It also tied directly into several books I had written. There were around 20 speakers presenting. I knew that if I could get in as a volunteer, I would learn far more than sitting in the audience, and I would get in for free. So I volunteered. And wow, did I get an inside perspective. I was included in behind-the-scenes meetings with staff, other volunteers, speakers, and even the main host. I met every speaker one-on-one, simply because I was considered staff. I could move freely throughout the venue, float in and out of seminar rooms, and observe multiple presentations at will. Meanwhile, paying attendees were restricted to specific rooms based on the tickets they purchased, and those tickets cost thousands of dollars. As a volunteer, I had access to the entire multi-day event for free, all while quietly learning, observing, and yes, spying, simply by offering my time. Freelance or contract work. Offer skills you already have. Short-term work can provide long-term insight. I have been a webmaster for over 25 years. Working behind the scenes of other businesses taught me things I never could have learned from the outside. I saw who was really selling, who was actually growing, and who was truly walking their talk. I also saw many situations where there was far more talk than walk. I saw the systems they were using, the marketing activities they were running, and countless decisions being made. Some smart, some not so smart, with hundreds of clients over the years. I had a genuine front row seat. And the biggest takeaway was simple. I learned what to do, and just as importantly, what not to do. Internships or part-time roles. Even temporary roles expose systems, scripts, ideas, and strategy. You will learn faster from the inside, even with a short-term schedule. And remember, Just because you are not getting paid does not mean you cannot pick up ideas you can monetize later. What you can learn by working with them. Sales processes. You will see how leads are handled, objections addressed, and deals closed. Real sales rarely match public messaging. Customer experience. Observe how customers are treated before, during, and after purchase. Gaps here reveal opportunities. Operational efficiency. You will quickly notice what runs smoothly and what feels chaotic. Inefficiencies often point to future problems. Leadership style. Watch how leaders communicate under pressure. Leadership quality impacts everything downstream in an organization. A note on ethics. This tactic must always be used ethically and with integrity. Never misrepresent your intentions, exaggerate your role, or exploit access to sensitive information. Your goal is understanding how a business operates, not sabotage, manipulation, or misuse of trust. When you enter someone else's ecosystem as a helper, affiliate, or partner, you are being granted access most people never receive. Treat that access responsibly. Observe, learn, take notes, but never cross lines that could damage reputations, relationships, or your own credibility. Closing thoughts. Offering to help gives you proximity, and proximity creates insight. Small gestures like filling water cups or carrying boxes often lead to meaningful access. When you help sincerely, you gain more than information. You build relationships, learn systems from the inside, and uncover advantages most competitors will never see.